So it isn't that we want you to stop thinking. It's that we want you to know when to press on the gas and when to let up on the gas. And so step one, you're stepping on the gas and you're stepping on the brakes and you're stepping on the gas. And then when you get into the receptive mode, you're just letting it flow naturally. But once that momentum starts going, then it's time to get on the internet and make that phone call and find those 2 men in a truck and invite them over and make an appointment and think about that. And you see what we're getting at? It dovetails so beautifully when you let your mind meld with the mind of your inner being. That's co-creation at its best. You as an extension of source energy, but not a puppet on a string extension of source energy, the leader of source energy. Sometimes people will say to us, Abraham, I've been following you for 10 years. And we say, actually, we've been following you. You're the one mixing it up. You're the one asking the questions. You're the one summoning us. We're on the heels of the life that you are carving out, you see.
Am I waking up from a dream?
That's what getting into the receptive mode is. You could say you're waking up from a dream because you're gradually releasing the beliefs that kept it hidden from you. You come in and you're wide awake when you first come into your body, and then you meet others and you want to go back to sleep. And then they start trying to control you a little bit, and then you pick up beliefs that don't serve you, which sort of tamp down your enthusiasm for life. It quiets your interest in things. And then you reach this place where you're asking with stronger fervor and receiving with greater clarity, and it's a reawakening. We've been calling this the time of awakening. It's the time of returning to who you really are. It feels like now you can begin living the life that you intended to live. But you had to get hungry before you knew how much you wanted to eat. And you had to know what you don't want before you could know what you do want. And you had to live with negative emotion before you could know the preciousness of positive emotion. And you had to have some experiences of loneliness and despair because you'd pinched yourself off from your inner being before you decided, I will be in alignment with my inner being no matter what. It's easy in this world of so many things going right for you. It's easy for you to become complacent and stop tuning yourselves. But when things start shaking up a little bit and you start recognizing the things that really matter to you, then you wake up and hopefully align with the energy that creates worlds. I'm a good creator. I have a high standard. I support myself well. There are a lot of things that I like. So many things I'm looking forward to having and being and doing. I like knowing that whatever I want will flow to me. I like this understanding of these laws, and I like getting better at them every day. And I'm eager to see the results of my improved focus. And I like telling a story until it gets easier to tell. And every story is easier to tell every time I tell it. And I'm determined to tell stories that move in the direction of the vortex. And stories that people tell that are in the opposite direction are more and more annoying to me. There used to be television programs that I actually took solace in watching that now just aggravate me. Because as I watch them, they remind me of the opposite of what I want. They hold me out of the vortex. I love directing my thought, and I love shoring up my thought with words and images, and I love prosperity, and I love being a creator, and I get it that I've put a lot into my vibrational reality. I get it that there's a vortex of creation over there that's full of all kinds of stuff. I can feel that it's a precursor to everything that I am and everything that I want, and I so adore knowing that the universe has my back. It's consoling to me to realize that the source within me is holding counsel on all of that. I like realizing that cooperative components have already been assembled, and I eagerly watch for evidence of them in my life. And every day I become a more cooperative component just by my leaning in more optimism and my effort at being in the vortex more. There are so many wonderful things in my life. You should see where I live. I've created a really nice nest for myself. So when you watch those that are struggling and fighting their way to the top, they amuse you and you understand it because you've been there, done that. But you know that you've stepped into another vehicle. You have another plan. You have another way. You know that your desires never go away, that your desire doesn't dissipate. Your desire only continues to gather more momentum. And so as your desire gathers more and more momentum and you stay the same, then the crevasse between where your desire is and where the larger part of you is and where you and your physical body are becomes more and more strained. So you feel more and more to the breaking point, which feels like you need a hiatus from it. But you don't need a hiatus from it. You just need to turn in the direction and go in the direction of your desire, which means you got to stop talking against your desire. You got to start talking toward your desire. You got to feel yourself in the direction of what you want. We want so much to say to you how loved you are and how understood you are and how big your vortex is and how good it is that you've created it and how wonderful it is that your emotions tell you what your right now in this moment relationship is with all of that, and how the other people in the world are here to help you in your step one work. They're part of the contrast that causes you to ask. But once you've asked, now you have a whole other vibrational modality that is there to assist you. Humans are your step one friends. Boy, they launch you into more. And then your inner being focuses with you and calls you to the payload of what you've been asking for. And after the contrasting humans around you have helped you to launch your rocket, if you stop looking to them for behavioral changes in order to get what you're asking for, there's a contradiction between your desire and your active vibration. But if you can manage to not think about money, we've been telling people for years, if you can take money out of the equation, and people don't see how that's possible because money is so important to the equation all day, every day. And then we say, well, then soften the word money or the idea of currency and call it prosperity. And then notice the prosperity of the sunset that you devoured, or the prosperity of the vitality that you feel, or the prosperity of this thought turning to a thing, the prosperity of this relationship with this person, or the way this cat feels while it's on your lap and your pet. The prosperity, there's so much prosperity that you can tune to. And as you tune to prosperity, then it will show itself to you in all kinds of different ways. But as long as you've got not enough money, not enough money, not enough money, not enough money active in your vibration, then law of attraction is going to bring you the prosperity in all kinds of other ways. And then you get really articulate. You're really good with words, and you say, why does prosperity come to me in this way and this way and this way and this way, but not that way? And we say, that's why. Because you get what you think about.
Wow.
So we started out today talking to you about the subtleties of vibration. But they don't always have to be subtle. As you tune to who you are and tune to who you are and tune to who you are, after a while, that's such a strong current that it's not subtle, it's dominant. And you find yourself in the middle of an old thought that you used to think, because maybe you're with an old friend who's still where you used to think, and that old friend is articulating what the two of you used to talk about together, and you hear the old sentiment and you think, oh, that doesn't fit me anymore. That's off. That sticks out like a sore thumb. That's not what I know. That's not who I am. That's not what's dominant within me.